Guys, and good morning. It's Tuesday and it's real Dutch weather. Yesterday it was hot and today I'm literally freezing. So I'm sitting in the studio actually with a vest on. Well, welcome to the Netherlands. Hey, today we have a day that's actually all dedicated to Photokina, meaning that I'm going to prepare some of the lectures I'm going to give at BenQ. We're actually going to give 4. So I'm going to teach there at Thursday and Saturday. Make sure you drop by. There's a morning session and an afternoon session. And it's going to be about model photography, styling, location and strobes. It's only half an hour, so I do have to prepare those because I want to get a maximum effect out of that half hour. And we got some really nice announcements from Photix, Sony of course with the new Alpha 99 II. And well, I did a lot on my social media about those posts, so make sure to check them out. And furthermore, well, just enjoy today's episode of Behind the Closed Doors. Okay, the first thing on the agenda today is start retouching Nadine's shot from this weekend. If you're a daily viewer, you remember that right after the workshop I actually went home because, well, it was a very intense day, so I was tired. And normally I always retouch the images the same day, so today it's first time for Nadine because, well, she's waiting on the images and I always like to deliver my images as soon as possible. She's not really waiting, but I'm very enthusiastic about the images, so I can't wait to start. Okay, I'm done with retouching the images from Nadine. Now this one was actually shot with the Fresnel from Let Go. Really love that light quality. Same here, a little bit more of an extreme pose. Same here. And a close-up. Now we actually changed to the strip light from Ellingham on the ELC. As you can see, it's a similar kind of lighting, but it's still totally different. I don't know if you can see it online, but this light is a little bit softer and the edges are a little bit different. But that's what I love about a Fresnel. It's very focusable, smaller light source, but still nice and soft. Okay, so more under an angle to get a little bit more extreme lighting on the side. A little bit more contrast, of course. And here I love the way that half her face is showing. I really like to play with that kind of stuff. Like, the shadows are the soul of a shot, so don't be too afraid of it. If you just start out with photography, a lot of people are very, very afraid of shadows. Don't. Just let them play in your image. Because in real life there are also a lot of shadows, so why put them away in photography? Okay, this was all shot with the LEDs from the, I don't even know, I think it's LEDs. The LEDs from the set itself, so you can see LEDs over here, lighting over there, and some here. And on the face of Nadine, we actually used the Fresnel again from Let Go. The nice thing about continuous lighting is that you can actually see the set. In other words, what you see is what you get. So with strobes you always have to figure out, like, okay, how much strobe am I going to use and what does it do for the available light, what do I do with my shutter speed, to let in more of the available light, of course, because your aperture is controlled by the strobe and your shutter speed controls the ambient light. So you have a little bit more control with it than if you shoot a whole set with constant lighting. The advantage of constant lighting is you see exactly what you do. Now the nice thing about, of course, if you use Let Go's or any other product, by the way, that has controls for your output, that you can of course change the output on your model. So let's say I want more light from these, so all the little lights in the background. I can of course lower the output on the Let Go on my model, and automatically I have to raise the shutter speed, so I let more of the lights in. So you still have that control, but with strobes it's a little bit easier. On the other hand, with constant lighting you can exactly see your set. A little bit more from that set. And by the way, the Sony camera I'm using is the RX100 and it blows out just a little bit of the highlight, so make sure you see these on my portfolio or online because they're a lot better. So we played a lot with locations, angles, and that really changes a shot, and also try to get a little bit more close in. Okay, the next set, this one was a dress all made of paper. So Nadine is incredibly creative with that kind of stuff. And as you can see, this is already the 4th set in one workshop. So we did one with the Let Go, after that with the Ellingham strobes, then we built the whole set, and now the dress. So those workshops are really jam-packed with information and shoots. So if you want to visit one of the workshops, make sure you check out my website and book one. A close-up, and as you can imagine, this one is black and white. And there's a reason for that. In this case it's actually true. I messed up the focus just a little bit, so we created it black and white. Now, to be totally honest, this is an inside joke with us. If you mess up a shot, just make it black and white, add a lot of noise and contrast, and you have instant art. Most of my black and whites are in focus and are perfect, but in this case, this one just missed the focus a little bit. And the final setup, this was done really fast. We just wanted one more, and this is actually shot with the Sigma 12-24. Absolutely love that lens. On the floor, aimed it up, and got this really weird shot of Nadine. Okay, so again, check my website for the workshops. We teach them approximately twice a week, and they're all jam-packed with setups. So I don't believe in shooting galleries. So don't think the whole workshop is only about shooting. It's a lot of technical information, but we also try to do a lot of cool stuff like this. Okay, so now I have an appointment, and I'm going to tell you in a moment what that is, because that's going to be pretty interesting too, well, especially for me. Okay, I'm driving on my way to Kampen, and I'm gonna visit a store which I visit sometimes, and I'm gonna ask the owner for a portrait in my The Portrait series. However, he doesn't know about it yet, so who knows, maybe he will say no. Okay, I'm just home from Kampen, and this is Jan. Jan owns the comic store called De Fantast in Kampen, and it's very simple. You just ask people you want to photograph, and the worst thing can happen is that they say no. And in this case, he just loved being photographed between all his books. So that's where we took the shot. We used the Lume Cube to just light up his face a little bit, and this is the end result. Okay guys, I'm ready for Photokina. We're all packed. I'm at home at the moment, and we have prepared everything, I think, perfectly for our BenQ demonstrations. So make sure that if you visit Photokina, you visit BenQ at Thursday and Saturday. I won't be there all day, but of course during the morning and afternoon sessions I'll be there, and of course a little bit more. That booth, by the way, is in Hall 4, so that's a really large area with a lot of lighting gear, camera gear. So without a doubt, an area you want to check out when you're at Photokina. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. We're gonna relax, and then tomorrow we're gonna leave for Photokina. And I hope to see you there. And of course, if there's internet, we will upload a new episode of Behind the Closed Door every day. Thank you so very much for watching, and see you around, guys.